Hello, everyone, and welcome to another thought and inspiring conversation. Today's topic is how less can lead to more. In today's fast moving world, people often believe that happiness comes from having more. More money, more success, more possessions, more followers, and more achievements. But many people are beginning to realize something surprising. Sometimes having less can actually bring more peace, more focus, more happiness, and more meaning into our lives. To help us explore this idea, today we are joined by ChatGPT. Thank you for joining us. Welcome, Chat.
I'm really Thanks so much. I'm really happy to be here. Yeah, this is such a powerful shift in perspective. And I think a lot of people are starting to question that constant chase for more. So I can't wait to dive into some of those ideas with you today.
Many people hear the phrase less is more, but what does it truly mean in our daily life?
Yeah, that's such a great question. I think at its core, it means being intentional about what we choose to keep in our lives, whether it's our belongings or space for the things we truly value, like deeper relationships, personal growth, or just a calmer, more centered daily experience.
Any real life example?
Oh, absolutely. For instance, think about a minimalist wardrobe. When you have fewer clothes, but you really love them and they all suit you, getting dressed becomes easier, more satisfying, and you feel more confident. Or even in your digital life, unsubscribing from unnecessary notifications, clear.
Why do you think so many people always feel the need for more?
Yeah, that's a really good point. I think a lot of it comes from the way we're conditioned social media, advertising, even just comparison with others. We're often led to believe that having more is a shortcut to success or happiness. But in reality, that constant pursuit can really drain us. So it takes a bit of courage to step back and say, I actually don't need all this to be fulfilled.
Can living a simpler life actually improve mental health and reduce stress?
Yeah, it really can. When we have fewer things to worry about, fewer distractions, we tend to feel more grounded and present. It's like having fewer obligations means you can focus more on the things that bring you joy. And that in turn really lightens the mental load and reduces that constant sense of overwhelm.
Example.
Exactly. And it's kind of empowering once you see it in action. Like you realize you don't have to keep up with every trend or every demand, and you can just focus on what genuinely nourishes you. And that often leads to more fulfillment in the long run.
How can having less actually?
That's a great point. When we have less clutter, whether it's physical stuff or even just too many commitments, we free up time and energy to really invest in people. So, with less distraction, we're more present, we listen more, we connect on a deeper level. And those simple, intentional interactions can really strengthen trust and closeness.
Some people think minimalism only means owning fewer things. Is that true?
Yeah, that's a really common misconception. Minimalism isn't just about counting items or having a certain number. It's more about intentionally choosing what adds value to your life. So you could still have a full life, a full home, but each thing is meaningful and purposeful. No excess just for the sake of it.
Many people spend hours online every day. Can using less technology actually improve our lives?
Absolutely. More present and less scattered. It frees up mental space, more time for hobbies, real conversations, and even better sleep. So using tech intentionally rather than letting it control us can really improve our quality of life.
What role does gratitude play in this idea?
Ooh, that's a really important piece. Gratitude kind of flips the script because when we focus on what we already have, we naturally feel more content. And that contentment makes us less driven by the need for more stuff. So, in a way, gratitude anchors us in the present and reminds us of the richness we already have.
Some people try to do too many things at once. Can focusing on fewer goals actually help people succeed more?
Yeah, definitely. But if we focus on a few key goals, we can give them real depth and energy. That clarity lets us achieve more because we're not constantly switching tasks and we're able to build momentum in the areas that truly matter to us.
Can reducing negativity improve a person's confidence and mindset?
Yeah, it really can. When we let go of constant negative self talk or external negativity, we create space for more positive thinking. And that shift helps us trust ourselves, bounce back from setbacks, and stay open to growth. So, less negativity means more confidence and a more resilient mindset.
Many people think happiness comes from spending more money. What do you think?
Yeah, that's such a common belief, but it's not always true. Money can buy comfort in some experiences, but real happiness tends to come from meaningful relationships, a sense of purpose, and just appreciating the simple things. So when we align our choices with those values, we often find a deeper, more lasting joy.
How does constant competition affect people emotionally?
Yeah, it can be really draining. When we're always comparing ourselves, whether it's to others' achievements, lifestyles, or possessions, it sparks feelings of inadequacy, anxiety, and even isolation. But when we step away from that statement,
Sometimes the smallest moments become the most memorable. Why is that?
yeah, that's so true. I think it's because those small moments are often more present and intentional. We're really paying attention, like a quiet walk, a shared laugh, or a simple sunset. And because we're fully there, those moments stick with us in a deeper way, even more than big flashy events sometimes.
Does cleaning and organizing our environment affect our mindset?
Oh, definitely. When we tidy up our space, it's like a weight lifts off our shoulders. Our environment feels calmer, more intentional, and that clarity tends to ripple into how we feel inside, making us more focused, peaceful, and even motivated.
What are some simple ways people can start living with less is more?
Yeah, one simple step is just to declutter one area at a time, like a drawer or a shelf. You can also set limits on things like screen time or purchases and really ask yourself, does this add real value? Even small changes like a really shift your mind.
Finally, what is the most important message people should remember from this idea?
I think the most important message is that true fulfillment doesn't come from having more. It comes from being intentional with what we choose to keep, do, and focus on. When we let go of excess, we create space for what truly matters: peace, connection, and a life that feels more whole.
Today's discussion reminded us that sometimes the things we remove from our lives can be just as important as the things we add. Less stress can create confidence, less stress can create more focus and happiness. Thank you, ChatGPT, for sharing these thoughtful insights with us today.
You're so welcome. I really love diving into this topic with you. And thank you to everyone listening. I'm excited to hear how these ideas resonate with you all in your daily lives.